Biafrans have been celebrating in court moment the judge finally declared Nnamdi Kanu not guilty of all the charges that the DSS and the government actually leveraged on him. It's normally news that they leveraged 15 different charges against him, and the judge scrapped out 8 out of the 15 petitions, and as if that is not enough, the remaining 7 petitions, they are very weak. Now the judge finally declared that Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty of all these things, and as if that is not enough, Tinubu is finally making a roundtable meeting with Nnamdi Kanu, where Nnamdi Kanu need to sign a particular agreement. It's been known that they've been trying to set up this meeting with Nnamdi Kanu for him to sign the agreement, but he has been rejecting. But you will see the footage, you see this for yourself, you will see why Nnamdi Kanu is finally signing the agreement, and you will see everything that transpired in court before Nnamdi Kanu decided to sign the agreement. Just stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video, just where to share it, because the Biafrans have been jubilating few hours ago since when the ruling have been made. And if you can share the video, just like it. Stay connected. I'll come back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should believe you find for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. But this one coming across this channel for the very first time, just endeavor to click the red subscription button appearing on the video screen, and at the same time do also click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time regarding everything that's happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned, YouTube will easily notify you. It was few hours ago that the judge finally made a ruling. A lot of people have been saying it right from time that this Justice Tomotosho that is finally in charge of Nnamdi Kanu case, this man is a no-nonsense man. He doesn't dance to the tone of the federal government. He doesn't listen to what Tinubu is saying and all of that. The way the federal government wants him to make the ruling, allegedly this man refused to make the ruling the same way. He said justice must always prevail in his own court. Now Kasala paused few years ago. The same case of Nnamdi Kanu where they put 15 different petitions against him. They just scrapped up 8 of the petitions in a seconds. This man removed 8 of the petitions. Now it remains just 7 petitions, and the 7 petitions are the weakest petitions among the petitions. Now Tinubu already know that Nnamdi Kanu will be declared not guilty in the court by the judge, and there's nothing they can actually do as regards the judgment of the judge. Now they're already making a roundtable negotiation with Nnamdi Kanu because they know that in the next ruling the 7 other petitions will be scrapped off, and the moment the 7 other petitions is scrapped off, the judge make a statement. He said he will never allow the DSS to bring in fresh evidences or fresh petitions against Nnamdi Kanu again. He says since the 15th petition they put against him, since the 50th petition are the only petition that they said they have against Nnamdi Kanu, he said if the 15 petitions are out, there's no room for them to bring in new petitions again. Unlike how they were doing it before, the previous judges that were there, once Nnamdi Kanu win a particular petition and they declare him not guilty, they will bring in new or fresh petitions against him again, and the matter will be prolonged again. But they just said it's not allowing new petitions against Nnamdi Kanu again, and the remaining 7 petitions that the DSS have against him, they are the weakest petitions ever. Now Tinubu already know that the remaining 7 petitions against Nnamdi Kanu, they are weak petitions and they cannot make him to go to jail. Tinubu already setting up a roundtable meeting, and you will see everything that was discussed in course of the meeting and all of that. You will see everything for yourself. The way Nnamdi Kanu decided to sign the agreement that they bring for him and all of that, you will see things for yourself. So I would like guys to stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video as you're watching it, just do what to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral, and if you can share it, just like the video, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. A lot of people do not know what transpired in court a few years ago, so I'm going to be playing you everything that transpired in court, how the other petitions were scrapped off, and the moment the judge made it known to the DSS that he is not going to allow a fresh petition against Nnamdi Kanu again. The 15 that they brought against him, the 15 petitions, once they are gone, and the man will be declared free. And that's what the judge is actually saying. Now listen to everything that transpired in court, and after the video you will see the roundtable meeting between Nnamdi Kanu, Tinubu and others that were on the roundtable meeting, and the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is signing the agreement. You see things for yourself, what the agreement is all about. You see things the way it goes. Biafrans have been jubilating because Nnamdi Kanu is finally a free man gradually. See things for yourself, see everything that transpired in court. If you can share the video, share it. If you can share it, just like it. The court ruling and everything have finally come out in pidgin form, so you will hear things for yourself as we roll on. The trial for Nnamdi Kanu
be continued on Wednesday for court, where the prosecution present their second witness, Mr. BBB. During the proceedings, court admit the medical reports and death certificate of former presidential aide Ahmed Gulak. The court admits his document as evidence for the ongoing trial of Nnamdi Kanu, where they face other charges related to terrorism. Justice James Omotosho, who preside over the proceedings, allowed the prosecution witness, who they identify as Mr. BBB, to tender the documents. He tendered the document with no objection from the defense team, where Kanu Agabi, SAN, Shukuma Mashuku Ume, SAN, and Aloy Ejimako, the lead. The prosecution, where Adedboyega Awomolu, the lead, present the document, wey include police report from Owerri, Imo State, southeastern Nigeria, wey link Gulag death to gunmen wey dem suspect to be IPOB members.
You can see everything the way the thing is going. Those are what actually transpired in court a few hours ago. Now let's continue. You will see where we are heading to. You will see what really transpired that make all the charges to be removed and why Tinubu is negotiating at the moment. Now let's continue.
During the cross-examination, defense counsel Kanu Agabi challenged the credibility and completeness of the video statement wey dem be obtained from Kanu when he bin dey DSS custody. Im tok say only the defendant and im team show for the video recording. The witness respond say na the procedure be that. Im confirm say na the full recording be that. Agabi raised the issue of how Kanu don overstay for detention and how im dey allegedly live a lonely life for detention. The witness still tok say im be ordinary investigator and im no dey responsible for the custody of Kanu or im welfare. He constantly tok say solitary confinement no be the practice of DSS, no be maybe im handler. The defense still ask if the prolonged detention of Nnamdi Kanu dey legal, as im claim say na cruel and inhuman treatment in the pass through, but the witness insist say im dey unaware of Kanu's psychological state and no be part of im investigative duty.
You can see things the way it goes. You can hear what the DSS witness is actually saying. Now let's continue.
The defense counsel continued the witness question. The witness say im be not dey among the people wey draft the charges and im no go fit confirm the date of different charges amendment wey dem do against the defendant. Oga Agabi say the charges dey speculative and the witness still tell dem about im limited role as ordinary investigator. Dem tell the court say despite plenty amendments wey dem be do for the charges sheet over several years, the investigating officer be not confront Kanu with im accuser. The witness admit say dem be only present a letter from the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, but dem no facilitate any face-to-face encounter. Tensions rose bin rise when Agabi argue say the AGF bin direct an investigation long after dem file the charges. The witness say im be not dey aware of when dem be file the charges. He insist say im be act only on the directive wey dem be minute to am. On request for critical documents, Agabi informed the court say the defense bin apply for certain police record, but dem never received them yet. The prosecution counsel Awomolu opposed the adjournment as he signed the court order for accelerated hearing. Justice Omotosho grant them short adjournment. The matter get international and domestic interest. This is the judge talking now. The judge say the matter get international and domestic interest as he warned against unnecessary delay.
Now, Justice Omotosho is finally warning the DSS at the moment. Now, let's continue.
I dey inclined to grant the adjournment today to make sure say we hear the defense properly. Abeg, use the opportunity well. We dey here for justice.
That's what the judge said, and the judge has finally finished speaking now. Justice Omotosho has spoken as regards all the petitions and the petitions they bring against Nnamdi Kanu, and I said that's not enough. Listen to everything that transpired within the DSS custody, how the agreement was brought and all of that, how Tinubu himself was present, and how Nnamdi Kanu actually planned to sign the agreement. You will see everything that is in the agreement and all of that. Just stay connected. Nnamdi Kanu is becoming a free man at the moment because they're already coming up with a mutual agreement. Just stay connected. you can share the video, share it. If you can share it, just like it. I'm coming back again.
And their consistency in bringing in new evidence to distract, prolong, or frustrate this case should be stopped, because the judge, Omotosho, is not having any gimmicks in his courtroom. And that led to the last day of the trial inside trial and the whole drama that happened, because they were trying to smuggle in a new evidence of a proposed interview done in the DSS dungeon of Nnamdi Kanu. If that evidence had passed, it would have done a grave damage to Nnamdi Kanu's chances of not only securing bail, but of winning the case. But as God will have it, the lawyers objected to it, and the judge had to subject it to a trial within trial, of which Nnamdi Kanu won it. Having said that, rising up from this victory, the next step is to consolidate on the victory. As you know, any victory needs to be celebrated and also consolidated. And the best way to consolidate this victory is by securing bail for Nnamdi Kanu. It is time for the lawyers to rise up and demand this bail. The prosecution has spent their time demanding and making demands as if the court belongs to them. They forgot that the court doesn't belong to anybody, and the judge himself is under pressure. The world is watching. That is why Kanu Agabi and Co. should rise up on that day and demand bail for these reasons. One, the judge has acknowledged that the testimony given by the DSS was done under duress, was done without his lawyer, and in fact, was not done with his consent. Having acknowledged this, it is obvious that this man has been treated very inhumanly in that dungeon. In fact, not has been, is been. Having established that fact, the next step is to apply for a bail or apply for him to be transferred to the appropriate facility. Yes. In the meantime, should be applied. He should be transferred. If you cannot grant him bail, either you apply to grant him bail or you apply for him to be sent to the appropriate facility where he can be treated like a human being. Having established the fact that he is not receiving proper treatment in the DSS dungeon, why should he still be kept there? It is time for Nnamdi Kanu to leave the dungeon. It is time for Nnamdi Kanu to leave the cell. It is time for Nnamdi Kanu to be free. I'm calling on Kanu Agabi and all the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu to immediately activate the option, to activate the bail, start making concrete moves to remove that man from the DSS dungeon by any means, by any legal means appropriate that they can find in their books. Because it's obvious the trial so far has favored Nnamdi Kanu. There has been no argument, there has been no statement made in the court that does not favor him. Somebody you accuse of being a terrorist, but up till today, you have not produced any documents, any evidence, anything to prove that fact. And we have spent how many hours, how many days in the court? Could it be that this is just a personal warfare? Because before you arrest a criminal, you should have evidence. So the lawyers should persuade the judge immediately they don't have anything on this man for years. Why are you keeping him? You don't have anything on somebody, and every day you is in your cell doing what? That is a kidnap or an abduction. Because before you hold somebody in a cell or facility, that person must be liable, culpable to some crime, or suspicious of an activity that you can prove, or you have no business holding the person in the first place. Why are you holding him? What are you doing in your cell? What's his offense? You must show it. If not, leave. So the judge should know this. So the lawyers should stand up and say it. Remember, Kanu and Gabi, remember, it is not the judge's business to prognose in prosecution and defense. It is your job as a lawyer to point out any misnomer, any abnormality going on in the case to the judge, and the judge will now give a decision upon it. So point it out that so far, Oga Judge, these people have not yet shown sufficient reason why they are in this court with me. These people are busy wasting the time of the court. That's exactly what you should say. Why are you keep on holding on to a man, bringing him out to court every day, every court day, and you have nothing to say? The witness, the masked witnesses that you masked them, people were hoping they had things to say. People were hoping that they had the whole world to say. That was why they were wearing masks. Ended up saying nothing for all the time they're coming to court. In fact, they've been saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. They have nothing to say. So why are they keeping Kanu? Is there any document that proof that has nailed this man as a terrorist? 1. 2, is there any document that has tied him to the murder of anybody, both Ahmed Gulako or anybody at all in Nigeria? 3, is there any document that has proven that he has made somebody, coerced somebody to carry out any crime or any murder on his behalf? So far, they've asked the witness, he said he don't know. The lawyer in charge does not know. So what do you know about Nnamdi Kanu that will leave him in your hands? Please, immediately, this man should not more be in the cell. 10 days countdown to Nnamdi Kanu's court case. This is the 10th day, and we are doing a countdown on release Nnamdi Kanu immediately. Today is the 10th. We'll be here again to say the 9 until we get to the final day, pressuring the lawyers, pressuring the court to do everything possible to release this innocent man. I say innocent because there is no evidence to prove so far. So far, no evidence. But Kanu has shown evidence why he should be released sufficiently. Example. Why will you coerce a man to write a statement that the man actually himself did? In quotes. I did something wrong. Why are you forcing me to write what I did that is wrong? I know what I did that is wrong. I will just write it for you. By the time you start forcing me to write it, it means that I didn't do it. And you are forcing me in an interview to write these things. You say for me, I write. You say for me, I write. That shows I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And the judge should take it in cognizance in giving the judgment. Simple. Write. Write what? Oh, you are the one telling me what to write now. That means you know. I don't know about all those things. Even the names, you search, put this name, put that name, put this name, put that name. If I did these things you said, why are you now the one telling me to write all these things? I've always said it. The people that are trying to hold this man, they know themselves. The agenda playing in all these things, they know themselves. I know that government is powerful. I know that government can do all things. But one thing you should know is this. All this provocation, all this, trying to suppress a people through any means possible, politically, socially, economically, will only last for a while. Because you see this world, it goes round. It happens everywhere in the world. He that thinks he's standing should stand firm, lest he falls. But till then, we will still be here, mounting the pressure, saying the fact as it is, saying the truth all the time, speaking out for freedom of Nnamdi Kanu because so far there is nothing they have brought out against him. I have nothing against him, because of course there are many lawyers in Nigeria who are silent. You don't know about them, but they've been there doing their job. For him to be a son alone is not easy. As you can see, he has a doctorate degree in law and he has contributed to legal education. Very important. So this man is also a professor or a scholar in the profession. So he knows the nitty-gritty and the details. Not everybody will stand in center of the court and be saying, I challenge you, I challenge you, I object, I object. No. Some people are the ones that prepare the scripts at the back. And I think such a man looks like somebody who prepares the scripts that people like Agabi or Paul Erokoro, which I think is the most vibrant one there, and the, let's say, hot-headed or very, very articulate and energetic, and well-detailed in cross-examination, will do the dirty job in the court, while people like this, of course, will be in the background, making sure that every T's and I's are well dotted. So far, so good. Very important to me is there is no controversy, because when someone has a controversy, it's easy for the person to be compromised, and I don't think these people so far, look credible enough to me. Let's go on. Number 6, Paul Erokoro, SAN, profession, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, former Vice President of the Nigerian Bar Association, state of origin, Cross River State, age 61, residence, Abuja. Background: regularly appears in high-profile civil and criminal matters. Very important. Known for being articulate and well-prepared in court. Has held leadership roles within the Nigerian legal community. Reputation and controversy: trusted legal mind with a clean record. I started this video talking about Paul Erokoro. There's a reason why. Of course, I left his name for last. There's also a reason why. Because for the last few cases, Kanu Agabi, as the lead lawyer, has been delegating much duties, front row duties actually, to Paul Erokoro, and that made me want to know more about him. Because do you know what it means when you have 6 sons defending you, and there's always a lead lawyer says this one should go, this particular one should go again? There is something about that particular lawyer. So I had to make sure that I did my due diligence to know, why is this man special to lead to lead a high-profile case like this that has even more senior lawyers than him, maybe by rank, on the bench? But it was what he did on that last day that struck me. They were about to pass that interview, video and audio interview that they did under duress for Nnamdi Kanu. They were about to pass it as evidence. And a certain man stood up and said, "Objection, my lord." Kanu Agabi hardly objects like that. And I was like, who is objecting this thing? I was like, Paul Erokoro. I said, who is this man? Because normally, Kanu Agabi, sometimes he just lets this things go. He doesn't want to offend the procedure of the court. He just feels, okay, let's keep on going. So long as I have my evidence, I don't care what you do. But Paul was not having it. He stood up and said, objection, because he was the lead lawyer that day. And that objection caused a lot of awakening that day in court. And the defense was surprised, because they thought they've been smuggling these things, and they thought that day they'll just come and push it through. And the man knows his onions. He has been doing his job for years. He is used to that kind of thing. And that objection led to the judge stopping that evidence, and in fact ruling in the favor of Nnamdi Kanu that yes, that evidence will not pass, because it was done under duress, which I have found out myself as the judge. But if Paul Erokoro did not do that, that would have passed, because any silence, of course, is consent, as you know. So That was what opened my eyes to Paul for the first time. And I decided to go more further. And I had to, checklist and see that this man, his presence not only adds spark, but adds intimidation to the prosecution, the FG lawyers. It intimidates them. I don't know how he does it, but Paul Erokoro is the joker in that Nnamdi Kanu's legal team. Take it from me. That is a man we should not sleep on. That is a man we should pray for every day, because Kanu Agabi has seen it all in life. He was the Attorney General of the Federation. He has made his money, lived his life. Elder statesman. What does he have to lose? He's just there playing a very big role, fatherly role, but he is actually, not the action of the legal team. It seems like Paul Erokoro is the action of the legal team, and that is exactly what Kanu Agabi, that's exactly why Kanu Agabi is giving Paul that role, because Kanu knows that this is going to be a division of labor between us lawyers, and he has been able to identify the strengths of the sons and I will not say weakness, but I will say all the strengths of all the sons, knowing each role everyone is playing.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see the case of this Nnamdi Kanu that is becoming more clearer. A lot of things that have been happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned, many of them, they weren't clear to Nigerians. The judges that they actually put in charge of this case before, obviously, these judges were doing nothing. That's what is happening. That's why a lot of people are actually saying. Now, this judge that they now put the case in his hand, this judge is doing a very beautiful job. This is how a judge actually works. They brought out 15 count charges against Nnamdi Kanu, and this man noticed that those 15 count charges, they will still bring more if Nnamdi Kanu begin to win them in court. Now, the man, which is the judge in question, the judge says something. He said, is it the 15 charges that you're bringing against him? Is it all these 15 and there is nothing more? The DSS said there is nothing more. Unlike the other judges, once they see that many of the charges, once the DSS notice that many of the charges were scrapped off, they will bring up new petitions again, and the judge will still accept it in the court. But this Justice Samuel is there. He said, after that 15 petitions they brought against him, that they should not bring any other petition again. And that's what is happening, so that the matter will not be prolonged, because they have actually prolonged the matter in court before by bringing in fresh petitions after they say that Nnamdi Kanu is winning them in court. And the matter will be prolonged once they bring in fresh petitions. But the man is saying they should not bring in fresh petitions again. Now, out of the 15 that the DSS brought, out of the 15 petitions, 8 have already been scrapped out. The strongest 8. The remaining 7 are the weakest petitions there. Now, they're coming up with an agreement that the federal government needs to negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu, because the negotiation they wanted to have with Nnamdi Kanu before was that he should drop the Biafran agitation. And Nnamdi Kanu said he can never betray his people, he can never drop the agitation of the Biafran. He said it is against the fundamental right of his, that it is against his own personal fundamental right, because he have the right to protest, he have the right to agitate. That was what Nnamdi Kanu said. Now, they really want him to sign this agreement so that I can go home. But Nnamdi Kanu said whether he signed the agreement or he did not sign the agreement, he will surely go home, because the remaining petitions in court now, they are weak petitions. And the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu, they're doing everything possible to ensure that the other petitions will be scrapped off. And once they scrap it off, they will request for his bail. But they bring in another option on that Nnamdi Kanu should finally agree with the government and he should sign a particular document, and after signing the document, he will go home free. And after he go home, Nnamdi Kanu notices that what is in the document is that he should drop the agitation of Biafra. And the moment that happens, the moment he drops the agitation of Biafra, do you know what happened? He will not be able to agitate for Biafra again. And the moment he agitates after signing the document, they will arrest him and put him in jail. That's a big evidence against him. And that's the reason why a lot of Biafrans, they are applauding Nnamdi Kanu, because I remember there are some other people. This man have been lolling in the DSS custody for more than 4 years now. I think there's some other people, they will be looking for every possible means to get bail and get freedom and be released. or maybe the government will still even compensate him and say thank you and all of that, and they will collect the money. But this man in question, this man is not even looking at that angle. He said he remained on his word. Now drop your opinion in the comment section on this video. Nnamdi Kanu is saying he's not going to sign. Drop your opinion, feel free. Say your mind in the comment section. Everything that was said in this video was actually alleged. Drop your opinion, feel free, say your mind. As I go now there to get another thing for you and share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.